I'm starting Brassicas, and this year I'm on a mission to see which seed starting system works best. Woo. All right. Before I get started, I want to show you that I have two different systems. This system here is a 40-cell seed starting kit, and it has little holes in the bottom, and then it has a dome that goes on top. It's pretty simple. This system, however, is from Park Seed, and this is the one that I have used for the last 5 or 6 years. It works really, really well, but it's not cheap. So I'm gonna see if maybe the cheaper, less expensive option is more the way to go. The reason why this system is not cheap is because every year I have to buy these little sponge plugs in order for me to grow in them again. These plugs are wonderful. They're just great for seed starting, and they have no nutrients in them whatsoever, and they pop in right into the hole. It works really, really well, but every year I have to buy these, and they're not cheap. Or I could just mix this with soil that I either mix myself, or I can buy a bag of seed starting mix for about $5. That would get me 4 of these. Whereas a bag of 40 of these plugs is about $10 each. Again, this is a tried and true system that I've been using for years now with great success. So I don't actually mind spending the money if I know that this is the best way. So let's try it today. I will say that this way is a lot easier because all I have to do is just plug them in. And the plugs each come with a little hole inside so you can slip the seeds right in. It's like 50 degrees outside, which means that it's about 85 in here. And so that's why I'm melting today. I'm not complaining though, because it feels like spring and I am loving it. Each bag usually comes with a couple left over. Again, not complaining. Now let's fill this. There's no doubt that this Jiffy seed starting mix bag is way more cost efficient because this is the 4th one. I could probably get a 5th one, which would mean about 200 cells of soil that it would fill. Now, I'm not denying that that is way more cost effective. However, let's see if in the end they are going to produce the same amount of quality that I come to expect from this. The next thing I have to do is make sure that I've got labels for each of the varieties that I want. I've put out all of my seeds that are in the Brassica family, and I've tried to decide which ones I want to grow this year and which ones I'm gonna put off for another year. These are 2 different broccoli varieties that I absolutely love. One is called Purple Magic and the other is called Waltham, and I have had great success with this variety. This is from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange, which is one of my absolute favorite seed companies. This one is from Territorial. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I absolutely love Territorial. They have phenomenal variety, selections, and good quality seed. Just a little organization tip, every single year I write out all the varieties of each vegetable or fruit that I'm going to grow, and then I put in a little sidebar exactly how many starts of those that I would like. So that way I can keep track of how many seed starting mix or systems that I'm going to need. Created a little Google Doc. I have all of the different types of vegetables and then the varieties next to them and then how many. I also, on the top, I don't know if you can see the top row here, I've added exactly when I want a seed start. Today is January 29th, so I'm right on schedule. Okay. I have these little plastic markers. I use a permanent marker. It's just perfect. It really works out. I just then put the markers in each cell so that I know exactly what seed is in that cell. I don't think you need to watch me do this, so I'll be back. One thing to just help keep me straight with all of these different varieties is I like to put the variety on the marker, but then I put a little clarifying key right there at the top. The B stands for broccoli. Since I'm doing lots of different brassicas here, I want a little key to make sure that I know that this is broccoli and not, say, Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna tell you that most brassicas look exactly the same at the seedling stage. When they first get those cotyledon or those seed leaves, those all look exactly the same, to me at least. So I like to know that this is a broccoli variety versus a cabbage, or I have some cauliflower here as well. Now, since I'm doing this experiment to see which of these systems work the best, I'm actually going to put 3 of these varieties in each. I'm going to split all of these varieties down in half so that we can get a fair assessment of how each of them are working. All right, so there's Waltham broccoli, and now I'm going to do Green Magic, which is my favorite variety of broccoli, by the way. And my last variety of broccoli that I have today is Jacaranda. We'll find out. The first variety of cabbage that I'm doing today is called Tete Noire. Obviously, I think it's French. But I only have 5 of these varieties, so I'm going to do 3 and 2 and then kind of go back and forth with all my cabbage varieties. I have 2 varieties of Brussels sprouts. I'm doing red Rubine, which I'm going to be completely honest, I have not been able to get a harvest. Last year, I was able to get these plants to look beautiful, but then the real rough heat came and I didn't get any purple or red Brussels sprouts, but I'm hoping this year is the year. I have 3 varieties of cauliflower, and that one is called Clementine. It is an orange. And this is called Veronica. I believe, oh, what is this called? Ooh, it's called something. I forgot, I'm sorry. And then this is purple cauliflower, purple of Sicily. And then I have winter choy, and I only have 3 of these, so I'm actually gonna put the winter choy over here in this one. And then this is called Tsai, and I believe these are like smaller cabbages, and I'm gonna put them over here because I only have 3 of those as well. Now you'll notice that I put these markers in here first, and I like to do that instead of doing it later because I find that if I put the seeds in and then I have to label them, sometimes I forget that step. And then we have a situation where we might have different seeds either labeled incorrectly or possibly different seeds that are in different cells, different varieties in different cells, are in the same cell. That's happened to me before. So this system just helps me kind of keep track of everything a little bit easier for me. Also, brassica seeds all look exactly the same. They look like these little black-brown balls here, and you cannot tell them apart. So don't ever mix them together unless you want a nice little surprise. I like to do 2 or 3 seeds in each cell. This seed system, I'm actually going to just put them on top and then I'll cover up the seeds later. I hear you, Cricket. Yeah, I hear you. With these, the hole is already here, so I'm just gonna put those right into the hole that's in the middle of each sponge. And just double check that I'm putting them in the right one. I am. All done. 1 down, a lot to go. Now, Green Magic, I only have a few seeds left over. So I'm actually only going to have, I'm only going to put 1 seed in each cell and keep my fingers crossed that they grow. I tried to find these seeds again, and I was not successful. So I was like, oh, I have 8 seeds left. I'll just keep my fingers crossed. Okay, next I have Purple Magic. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm still coming off of a cold. I'm feeling so much better today. Wow. That was a very small amount of seed. Okay, so definitely only 2 in each, and then we might have enough to put them back in, but we'll have to see. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 seeds left. That might be what happened to me last year, where there just wasn't a lot in there, so trying to save those seeds. Okay, and this is the Jacaranda. This says it's a 50-day brassica plant, or broccoli plant. 50 days feels very short, so I'm very interested in this. Oh, the seeds are a lot smaller too, so I wonder if that's why. But 50 days still seems really short compared to what my experience is with growing broccoli. But you know what? We'll find out. I think that's actually why I bought it. I bought this variety, Jacaranda, because number 1, it was fun to say. But number 2, I was like, 50 days, I'm curious. It says unparalleled in crown broccoli. Jacaranda produces full-size heads that sport a unique purple color. Now, crown broccoli. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not quite sure what the difference is between crown broccoli and other broccoli. We'll find out. I mean, crown, I think that's head, right? Head broccoli produces heads, full-size heads. We'll find out. Okay, next we have cabbage. Just gonna keep doing the exact same thing, but I do wanna show you how they look exactly the same. Little brown ball seeds. Yeah. So you got to be really careful when you're planting broccoli or brassicas, because they do look all exactly alike. And when they come up, those first seeds all look exactly alike. All right, Katarina, fast to mature. It says 45 days. 45 days for cabbage. That's definitely why I bought it. 45 days, fast to mature, and absolutely delicious. This award-winning cabbage produces impeccably uniform light green 4-inch globes on compact plants. An excellent choice for containers. All right, Katarina, let's find out. What? Now this one is Primero, so it's got to be number 1. It says Primero offers, this is 75 days. It offers lots of productivity from tight plantings with its compact habit, appealing dark purple color from 3 to 4 pound heads. What? All right, let's find out. I don't think I've had it. I mean, I know that people grow cabbages that are gigantic. I've never been successful. Look, can you guys see that? Can you see how green these seeds are? I've never seen that before. Dark purple cabbage has green seeds. That's super cool. All right, Primero, showing off a little bit. I always get so excited when I'm starting seeds. I always, just the promise of all of these amazing vegetables. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Yay. Okay, moving on to what's next. Brussels sprouts. We have red rubine first. Okay. We've got 3 here. All right, and this is Groninger. Okay, these are just regular old beautiful Brussels sprouts, but I can't find, oh, there we go. What do we have? Clementine cauliflower, 70 to 75 days, which is actually shorter than any cauliflower I've known. Electric orange. This heirloom's big 2 to 3 pound heads are brilliant purple, changing to a striking green when cooked. I'm gonna be honest, not a huge fan of cauliflower. However, when I grew it in my garden this past fall, I tried it. I just baked it the way that I bake broccoli, and I was like, I could get used to this. It's not so bad. So I am trying to teach myself to like cauliflower. I feel that if I have bright purple cauliflower, but this is purple of Sicily. Oh, I did it out of order. Okay, I feel like if I have bright purple cauliflower, that it will trick my brain into thinking that I like cauliflower and I will end up liking it. Like, how cool is that, right? How cool is bright purple cauliflower? Okay, then we have, oh, it's Romanesco. That's what it's called. Veronica, this variety of cauliflower is actually a Romanesco. So those are the really cool cauliflower looking vegetables, but they have like points. They almost look like pyramids. So, and this one is, I believe this is a green color, a green Romanesco called Veronica. All right, Veronica, do your thing. Ooh, again. This is called Tsai. It's a Napa cabbage. It's a mini Napa cabbage, and it only grows to about 9 inches tall and 5 inches wide. So I'm really excited about this. I've never grown anything like it. So we're gonna see. Oh yeah, it's definitely still a brassica because it looks exactly like the seeds that I have been planting. So Tsai is over here. And last but not least, we have winter choy, which is a Chinese yellow heart. Guys, I'm excited. I'm excited for all of these. All of them. All right, almost, and done. I'm actually going to take these out. I'm gonna put them over here like this. I'm gonna add water to the bottom and then add them back in. All right, this is on top and we're ready to go. System number 1, and then put this up here, add some water. Add this in like that. Water will be soaked up through the bottom for both of these systems. And then I put this top on like that. Now I'm gonna make sure that both of these have the vents on top closed because I want that humidity, the condensation to stay inside instead of escaping. Once all of these sprout, then I will add on some lights about 1 inch from the top. But we'll see. It's going to be a race. Which system is going to sprout first? I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I trust this and I'm going to continue to use this unless this proves to be so much better. But I'm not sure. I'm really excited about this experiment, actually. I'm excited about all of it. Gardening season is upon us. Bye. Look. Now let's look at this one. Oh my gosh, that was so fast.